Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Clayton County Board of Education Millage Rate public hearing. Today is Monday, July 29th, 2024. It is 6 p.m. We are going to start our hearing for the millage rate. At this time, we're going to have Mr. Harrington come forward and do our presentation. And Ms. Bivens could not join us this evening. Here you go. Technology. Do we need some batteries? All right, it was taking a nap. I guess the rain got to it.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Smith, colleagues, and community. This is the second of 3 required public hearings for the FY24 millage rate that supports the FY25 approved budget. The FY25 budget, FY 2025 school year budget was adopted by the board in June. We assume that maintaining the millage rate at the current level to support the adopted budget. The revenue generated from this millage rate will provide revenue required for day-to-day operations. Each year, the Clayton County Tax Assessor Office conducts annual property value updates or reassessments to keep the local tax digest current. The property assessment notice are mailed in April, showing new assessed values and estimated tax base on the new values and current millage rate. If the value decrease, taxes decrease. If no increase in value, the taxes remain the same. However, if value increases, taxes increases, even though millage rates remain the same. Property owners may appeal their new values at the tax assessor office by the established deadline, usually early to mid-June. After appeals are reviewed and approved/denied, the tax assessor submits the final digest in late June to taxing authorities, the school districts, county, and the cities. Once the digest is received by a local tax authority, a rollback rate is calculated, which is the millage rate that will produce the same revenue on the current digest that the last year's rate would have produced. had no reassessment occurred. Even if the district maintains the previous year's millage rate, it is considered a tax increase because the property values increased. State statutes require us to advertise the current year digest and 5-year history and hold 3 public hearings if the proposed millage rate is higher than the rollback rate. In our case, the proposed millage rate of 19.6 is the same as last year. However, it is higher than the calculated rollback rate of 18.356. This slide shows net assessed value compared year to year. Property values increased by approximately 10% or $1.2 billion over last year. Maintaining the same millage rate generated additional revenue due to the increase in property values. The additional revenue is used to support the approved FY2025 budget. This slide shows the 5-year history of property values. You can see increase in values year over year with significant increases over the past 3 years. 1.3 billion in 2022, 2.1 billion last year, and 1.1 billion in this year in real and personal property, which is building, land, and equipment. However, millage rate has remained stable over the years with a decrease occurring last year and maintaining the same millage rate for this year. However, how does this impact the homeowner? For homeowners with no change in home value, would see no increase in their property tax value as the millage rate remains the same. However, a homeowner with an increase in their property value, they will see an increase even though the millage rate remains the same. Using the fair market value of $250,000, the homeowner would see an increase of $392, which equates to $32.67 per month. As previously stated, even though maintaining the previous year millage rate of 19.6, it is considered an increase due to increased property values. So we must hold 3 public hearings, 2 which are today, this is the second one, and 1 next Monday, August the 5th at 6 p.m. The final adoption of the millage rate will be held next Monday, August the 5th, during the regular scheduled board meeting. This concludes the millage rate presentation, Madam Chair. I yield the floor back to you for public comments.
Thank you, Mr. Harrington. All right, at this time, we want everybody to understand that this is a hearing on the millage rate. So if you're coming to speak, you're speaking about the millage rate. I will read you the rules as far as public participation is concerned. The Clayton County Board of Education welcomes public participants and will hear any interested individual pursuant to the guidelines outlined policy BCBI. Members of the public will not be allowed to discuss individual personnel issues or confidential student matters. Speakers must identify themselves and topics before speaking. Speakers will be given 3 minutes to speak, and time may not be yielded from one speaker to another. Board members will not respond to comments from speakers. The chairperson may respond as appropriate. Issues requiring possible action by the board may be added to a future agenda, and issues that may need to be addressed by the administration will be duly noted. Abusive language and/or personal attacks will not be permitted. Individuals addressing the board must at all times adhere to the civility policy. Okay, so you will receive 3 minutes to speak. I have the name of Ms. Vicki Warren. Ms. Warren, are you present? Come on, Miss Warren, of course. Come on, it's been
I'm
a,
not being videotaped.
come on, I haven't seen, what'd you
I'm not
say?
being videotaped, am I?
Yes, ma'am, we're live.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Vicki Warren. I live in District 1. I think that's District 8 of the school board. Dr. Sue says, I'm talking about the millage rate. I'm talking about the millage rate.
Come on, Miss Warren.
But Dr. Sue says,
Let's go,
be
Miss
who
Warren.
you are, say what you feel, because
ma'am.
those that man don't matter and those that matter don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. With that being said, I would like for the school board to look into other ways of taxing or getting the money you need besides the citizens, the homeowners. Unfortunately, I'm too young to be old, and I'm too old to be young. So I still have to pay that tax. And I was talking to a gentleman out there. He works for Clayton County. He said he has 5 properties and he's taxed through the Yahoo. But nevertheless, he says that with all these speed cameras, maybe the district needs to get a piece of that money, because if we can't ride, I know we have to slow down, but sometimes the speed changes. You're starting off at 35 and 45, then it drops down to 35. Then you're in the school zone, and the school is not even in session. But because you didn't know, you get that ticket. So I just think the school board needs to get some of that money, since, we don't have a child in school, but we're taxed with it. And, you have to pay Caesar what Caesar is due. But that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Miss Warren, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
I see you all the
So
time.
it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And thank you so much.
All right.
I will say about those speed cameras, maybe I need to put somebody on blast. I think that we might get a little revenue from some people because we had to give them permission. But I believe it would be really nice if Jonesboro
Oh, yeah.
could give us some money.
Mhm.
They're right in the county seat. They don't give us anything.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, so we appreciate your coming
All right.
to us.
Okay.
And Ms. Warren is the only person that signed up to speak. So at this time, that actually concludes our hearing. I see someone's hand up. We've had this outside for about an hour. Yes, I'm gonna be nice. Come on up.
Thank you.
I see you looking. I saw you looking. Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Shannon Jones. I also work for the board. And I don't know how we can afford all these taxes being raised, because with me being a nurse for the county, we can't even live on our own because the taxes of the groceries are being raised. Everything's being raised. And there's no way we can make a living, because even if you go to Walmart, you're getting taxed twice. You're going to Kroger, you're being taxed twice. There's no reason to be taxed twice. And if the prices keep on going up on property taxes, then why are we even living? Because pretty soon, everybody's going to be kicked out of their house. And there's no reason for that. I'm just like her. The county should get some of that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Let me point out this to everyone. We didn't raise the taxes. That's what we're trying to understand. I think maybe the next time we need to send out with our information, maybe we need to send out a letter that says we didn't change the tax rate, though. The commissioners raised the taxes. So when the commissioners changed the millage rate, That increased property taxes. We didn't do it. What we're trying to tell you, the reason we're having a hearing is because we maintain the same millage rate, which is 19.6. But because your house, the value, I'll just use a simple number, was maybe $500 last year, the county imposed the tax, it went up to $800. So when it went up to $800, that increased the value of your house. We maintained our millage rate, but because even though we maintained it, more tax money came to us. So we didn't do that. And that's what we're trying to make everybody understand. We're just having a hearing because since the taxes rose, we needed to still have a hearing because we would be getting more tax money. That's the purpose of this. And we do understand, because as I told the first group, I live in the city of Riverdale. I paid 3 taxes, or at least I used to. I paid city of Riverdale taxes. I paid Clayton County taxes to the commissioners, and then I paid taxes to this Board of Education. So 3. Now, other people just live in Clayton County. So they just pay Clayton County tax and they pay school tax. As you can see, I was paying 3. But by the grace of God, I entered that nice age of 65. And I went down to the tax commissioner to get my exemption. Only thing was, I thought I got the exemption when I turned 65 in December. But when I went and said, I need y'all to take off that $1,000 for the school tax, they said, well, we're sorry. You should have filed this paper before April the 1st. I thought I was supposed to file it in December. So I lost the whole year. So the other thing that should have probably happened, because we know that our values are appreciating, everybody should have filed an an appeal. I'm sorry, we needed to appeal your taxes. So I'm not sure if everyone did that or not, because we knew it was coming. So unfortunately, you have to be 65, but even at 65, when you're 65, you're mainly retired. And it means that your income also drops because you're not making the same amount of money that you made when you were working. So I'm on a fixed income as well. So we just want to let everybody know that it's, it didn't come from us. And I guess we just need to do a better job of explaining in the future. So at this time, we're done with our hearing. We will have another hearing next Monday at 6 p.m. And the presentation is on eBoard in the event that you didn't clearly hear what was said. You can look on the website for eBoard and get further information. And if there's actually someone you might want to speak to here, we'll be happy to let you speak to staff, maybe to give a better understanding of what is transpiring. All right, at this time, we are adjourned from the hearing because we advertised the board meeting to start at 6:30. We will restart. We will have our board meeting resume at 6:30. So I have 6:19 on my phone. So we will resume our board meeting in 11 minutes. Thank you. We're in adjournment.